I was born in 1942, midway through World War II. How that's relevant to anything, I don't know, but it does put me in a in a context. I went to school in Surrey and a grammar school in Surrey, and my childhood was comparatively trauma-free. Uh, I was confident. I was quite bright, annoyingly so, probably. Uh, and I never really got any animosity from any group or people, though individuals through one's life do not like you and make it clear, but you weather that. I got peer dislike when I was about 14 in this grammar school, and I was bullied quite badly and sexually assaulted, and every day going to school was a nightmare. When I was 15, having done my O-levels and passed or late, I'd been told, if you pass these exams, you think your life's hell now, it'll be much worse when we get back, after the summer term. So I dreaded it. And I discovered booze, and booze made me quite relaxed and defiant. And when these people saw they weren't really upsetting me, uh, I thought I could cope with anything if I were drunk, and I did. But it changed me, of course, and I think I was labelled as gay by these people. It never occurred to me that I was queer or homosexual or whatever. If it did, then it just seemed so natural to me that I just ignored it. It was okay. Uh, but those people made a decision for me, and I think my alcoholism was taking off. It was inherent in me, and it gave me defiance. And I thought, if you say that, then that's what you'll get. I refrained from going to school in a gym slip, but uh, at the same time, I thought, if that is what you want, then I'll be gay. And I did, and my identity was set. Uh, I went on to university, but the alcoholism had progressed, and it destroyed all chances of an academic career. I had no interest in anything except drinking, as alcoholics do. And that's okay. Looking back at it now, it was, as I say, a natural progression for me. It was very strange because it never occurred to me that what I was doing, I wasn't reminded at times by cases in the newspaper and things that were going on, Mr. Vassal and Lord Montague and scandals that happened, that what I was doing was illegal. But because it seemed natural to me and because of this alcohol-fueled defiance, I don't think that ever changed anything for me. Being in a college, I couldn't take people back if I met them in pubs or whatever. And a lot of my late evenings were spent necking on public seats in gardens and colleges and outside colleges. And I soon learned that the police would come and patrol and shine a flashlight, and if they saw two blokes, then you were for it and you'd be roped in. So I used to wear a headscarf over my very boofed hair. I was a mod, and nothing ever happened. They would come and shine a torch, assume it was a bloke and a girl, and that was okay. They just passed on, wishing you luck and good evening. So that was all very strange. I did have mental health issues, but then all alcoholics do. I don't think it was to do with my sexuality, though people I saw professionally would always assume it was that was bothering me, if bother is the word, that was troubling me. So basically, I was honest with them, but they didn't see it as honesty. They just assumed that I was skirting an issue which they wished to bring up, and I didn't. Um, I can remember the Wolfenden report, by which time I was working in London in the pop scene and just doing my own thing, whatever I intended to do. And I had my own friends, my affairs, my relationships, and I just lived my life according to my instinct that this was natural for me and that was fine. Looking back on it all, it's a strange thing, but it never occurred to me, as I say, that I was doing anything illegal or wrong, because it just came naturally. Um, I hope I'm a good advert, both for somebody who is recovering from an illness of addiction, and also a good example of somebody completely at ease and at home with their sexuality. I don't flaunt it, I don't promote it. I live with it, and that is me. If you like it, like me as I am. And if you don't, go the other way, cross the road, do whatever you want to do. It's your concern, and it's also your problem. I've always felt very confident about my sexuality, even when I had no confidence about any other aspect of my life. And it seems to me to be a very natural way to be and to live. I long for days when bigotry and intolerance are eliminated. I don't think it's ever going to happen. But it disturbs me that it seems to be on the increase in our world, and I hate hearing of the fate of other people in countries where they are treated so cruelly and with so little understanding or tolerance. That upsets me more than just about anything else I can think of in this world. The lack of understanding and acceptance of people who are quite naturally what they are, being themselves. I think that's really all I have to say. I hope that sums up my attitudes and my position and my history. Thank you for listening.